Hi, my name is Julie. I'm going to go back to my chair. Pardon me for a second as I come back to where I'm supposed to be. Welcome to yoga. This is chair yoga. We'll start out with a little centering. But first, if you've never done yoga, and if you did it at the Y and you use blocks, well, if you don't have them at home, you can use books. If you don't have one of these straps, which we use a lot, and those just help you get into poses a little bit better. Most of the time they help if your arms need to be a little longer or you need to have a little assistance. Maybe this helps you hold your leg up so you're not putting so much strain on your back. So those are things to keep in mind. I'm going to set those aside. Of course, a nice sturdy chair and some place where your chair won't slip. Make sure it doesn't slide because we will be moving around. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come to our chair. We're going to sit comfortably, ground our sit bones into the chair. Really feel the chair. You can make sure that your knees are over your ankles, shoulders over your hips. Take a nice deep breath. Now you can turn your hands up to receive energy. You can turn them down to hold that energy in. You can match thumb and index finger together and just rest them on your lap. This is called a mudra in yoga, a hand mudra. And these are just hand gestures. Touching your thumb and your index finger together is the mudra of calm abiding. So this is more for as we come to center. And centering in yoga, first part, we breathe through our nose and out through our nose, unless I tell you otherwise. And that just helps clear the air as it comes into your nose. It's a little bit more gentler, not so aerobic. And as you sit here, shoulders come over your hips and you grow your spine. Just breathe. Breathe into this nice, quiet breath, releasing any thoughts that you have. Just come to this space for our yoga. And just remember, as we practice, you want to take nice, deep, mindful breath, not short ones, but really all the way down into your belly. Think of your whole body being filled with air. And as you breathe in, your belly will puff out. And then when you exhale, your navel will come back to your spine. And just keep this breathing going. You can close your eyes. I leave them open with half lids. And just breathe. Nice quiet breath. And as you breathe, you might want to think in taking that breath all the way down, filling your whole body with air. And don't make it forceful, just nice and easy. And then maybe letting your chest rise, your ribs expand. And then take your navel back to your spine and go within, just soften within. And come back where you started. And just keep this going. One breath flows into the other. The inhale becomes longer than the exhale. Release your thoughts. Calm your mind. Relax your body. And just think of doing nothing right now but thinking of your breath. Breathing in light and exhaling negativity. Breathing in positive thoughts and letting go of stress and worry. Let each breath move seamlessly from one to the other. No rush and no hurry. Just breathe. Now when you're ready, open and close your hands. Walk forward onto the edge of your chair. You want to be at the edge of your chair. As you're at the edge of your chair, sit tall. And now we're going to do something called energy bumps. You perform those daily. What it does is it boosts your immune system. It increases strength and vitality, and it helps to overcome obstacles easier. So the first thing we're going to do is take your fingers and just press under your eyes. Just give yourself a nice pat underneath your eyes. And then take it to your collarbone. And then take it to your thymus gland, which is right here in your chest. And breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, and then take it to your spleen. Thumping is so good for us. It does relax you. And now when you're ready, come back and do it. Let's do it one more time under the eyes. Feel yourself, see if you think of yourself relaxing. Take it to your collarbones. Take it to your spleen, to your thymus gland. And then to your spleen. Take your hands wide, take them out in front, place your palms together and take them back to heart center and just pause for a moment. And now when you're ready, take those hands up to sky. Inhale up. Exhale, bring your whole hands down again. And as you take them up, press into your palms. You might not be able to see my hands. And if it's too high, go to your range of motion, wherever you're comfortable. Let your shoulders release away from your ears. Pause for a moment. Breathe. And now bring them back down again. Now next time, bring them up. This time, separate your hands. And come forward with an inhale. Nice long extended spine. As if you could put your fingertips on an imaginary shelf in front. When you're ready, take your hands out to the side. As you take them out to the side, take them behind you into what we call airplane. Your neck is in line with your spine. Your fingers are shooting back toward the back wall. And now take your hands all the way up to sky, or up to the side. Your arms are parallel to the floor. Now take this right hand, take it across your body. Take your thumb. Watch your thumb go all the way up and around. Now come back to where we are. Arms are in a T. Take it across again. This time left. Take it all the way up and bring your hands down. Take them in the front, bring them back, and let's do it again. So inhale, take your fingertips up to sky. Separate your palms, hinge forward, coming forward in your forward fold. Then take your hands behind you into airplane. Take your hands to the side. As you come up, right hand goes to left. Follow your thumb up to sky. And now take that left hand over. Exactly the same thing. Bring your arms down. Take your hands to your lap. Roll your right shoulder, your left shoulder. And I'm a mirroring teacher, so I am on the wrong side. So just be mindful of that. Now, pause, go forward. Just nice little shoulder rolls, nothing special. Just warming up your body. Now take your hands wide, take your hands to your shoulders. Let's take a little twist. So take your left elbow over to the right. And gaze over to the left side, right side. Now come back. Take your right elbow, come, twist to the left. Come back to center. Again, Go to the right. Come back to center. Go to the left. Come back to center. Now take those elbows up. Just take them up as high as you're comfortable with and bring them down. Take them up and take them down. Let's do them 2 more times. Up with an inhale, down. 1 more. Up with an inhale, down. Now bring them parallel to the floor. Take your elbows. You can kiss your elbows. Bring them back out again. And just breathe. Now take your hands, take them down, take them out to the side. As you take them out to the side, take this right hand, pass it under the left. Come back. Again, opposite side. Switch arms. When your right arm is on top, your left arm is on bottom. Just breathe. And then take your hands, drop them down. Take this right hand, bring it up, and bring it back. Bring it up. And go to your range of motion, whatever is comfortable for you. Again. 1 more. And then bring that arm back to your left, opposite side. So take it out, active fingers, sit tall, bring it back, up and down, up and down, up and down. Now bring both hands, take them out in front, turn your palms to the outer walls. Now just make a big circle, like you're making a circle with your fingers, open and close, just this little shoulder work. And then pause in the front and go the other way. Nice, easy movement. And then bring everything back. Pause for a moment. Now, take your left ear to your left shoulder. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Just hang out here. Breathe into that side stretch. If you want a little more, you might want to hang on to your chair on that right side. Maybe stretch it out a little more. If you want some more, take your hand, that left hand, to your head. Maybe touching that right ear, drop down, breathe. Now you can release that hand, you can release that hand on the right side, bring your head back up, gaze up to the sky, down to earth, come to neutral, go the other side. Just let your shoulders relax. Don't hunch your shoulders up towards your ears. Again, if you want to add variations, you can hang on to your chair. You can take your hand to your head. Whatever feels good. Now release that right hand, bring that left hand back, drop your chin to your chest, gaze up to the sky, come back to neutral, look to the right, come back to center, look to the left, come back, and now drop your chin to your chest 1 more time, and as if your head was a pendulum, just let it swing back and forth, over to the right, to the left, breathe. And 1 more time to the right and to the left. And then come back to center and pause a moment. And let's keep moving down our body. We've worked our shoulders. We did a little neck work. So now let's walk our feet out to the side. As we walk our feet out to the side, let's take this right shoulder and take this, I'm sorry, left hand up to sky, left hand up to sky, drop your shoulder down. Now lean over to the right, release your shoulders, come all the way up, take that right hand and lean to the opposite direction. And keep doing this, just reversing that lean from side to side, opening up your side body. And the next time we go to the left, we're going to pause there for a moment. We're going to take that right hand up to sky. We're going to make sure, now if this is too much for you, you can always place your hand on your shoulder. You can gaze down at earth, you can look straight ahead, or you can look up to sky. You can raise your arm up if you'd like. Just, you can gaze at the crook of your elbow, whatever is comfortable for you. I'm going to keep my hand on my shoulder. Arthritis, you got to honor your body. Now think of breathing into those side ribs. Your imaginary hand is on your ribs and you're breathing into your hand. So good for breath work. Now come up with an inhale. As you come up with an inhale, let's go to the other side. Same thing. You pick your arm variation. On this side, I'm much better. So I'm going to extend my arm, active arm, open up that shoulder. Make sure you have a nice open shoulder. Remember, this is where you want to stretch the side body. And again, think about breathing into the imaginary hand on the side. Breathe. Now come up with an inhale. As you come up with an inhale, take your hands in front of your knees. Let's do a wide-legged cat and cow. So as you come forward, you bring your chest forward, you gaze up to sky. As you come back, you curl your belly and you look at your belly, moving back and forth. Nice, easy movement. And your breath initiates the movement. So be sure you're breathing every time you do an asana. This is what they're called. Breathe. And finish up with one more. And then walk your feet back in. And as you walk your feet back in, you could take this left leg out, turn your toes up. Let's do a little hamstring stretch. Make sure your knee on that right leg is still over your ankles. You can use, as you said, you may not have it today, but the next time you come to practice, you can have a belt or a TheraBand or anything you can put under your feet. This keeps you from punching forward. You want to grow your spine, and as you grow your spine, you want to lean forward. As you lean forward, your neck is in line with your spine. You can stay here. This is perfectly fine. If you have that hamstring flexibility, you can come down a little further, maybe even touching your toes. You play around with it. Don't lock your knee down. Breathe. Now you can bring that hand back up again. As you bring your hand back up again, take that foot back. And as you take it back, you can take your hands underneath your thigh. You can bring your leg up, kick it out, bring it in, set it down, and follow your breath. Just warming up our big major joints. And maybe, if you're okay with it, you can let go. But that's a lot of stretch on this hip flexor, so be mindful of that. And then let's do 4 more. So this is 4. This is 3. This is 2. and this is 1. And then bring that leg down, give it a nice little rub. Maybe rub your kneecap. Now, again, let's do a little bit more work on this side of our body. So we're going to take our leg up. We're going to roll it around. And then we're going to come to stillness. Plant it down. Move to the other side. Extend that right leg forward. Grow your spine. Shoulders move away from your ears. Stretch all the way forward. Breathe into your stretch. You can go down as far as you want with your hands on your legs. Breathe. Now when you're ready, take those hands under your leg. Bring it up and bring that leg up. Kick it out. Bring it in. Set it down. Up, out, in, and down. Remember, you can let go if you want to, but you don't have to. This side, I like to support my leg a little bit. And smile. And breathe. And then we're going to do 4 more. So this is 4. This is 3. And this is 2. And this is 1. And then stop. Give that leg a little rub. Pick that leg up. And let's do those little circles. And just breathe. And you can make them big, you can make them little, whatever feels good to your body. And then pause and go the other way. And then come to your stillness. Give yourself a little rub. Walk your feet out. Windshield wiper your legs. Back and forth. Back and forth. Now we're going to do another pose. We're going to bring our feet back in. And on this pose, we're going to do chair pose. Because what would chair yoga be without a chair pose? So chair pose, you can do it several ways. You can press into your feet. Really press it in. You want to feel your thighs tighten up. This is the sitting version. You can take your hands out in front. You can bring them up. You can bring them up as high as you want. Draw your navel back to your spine. Press into your feet. And just breathe. This is our chair pose. Now bring your arms down. Now you also have options. If you don't have a block or a pillow, I'm going to use a block, but you don't need one. Blocks just keep your thighs honest. Without a block, your legs might splay out because we're going to go to standing. You can use one sitting too. So press into your feet. When you're ready, come all the way up. Oop, I'm going to lose my head. And then as you're ready, you come back. I'll walk back so you can see me. So pause for a moment. Take your navel back to your spine. You can bring your arms out in front. If your shoulders hurt, you can bring them up to sky. Whatever feels good to you. Look down at your feet. Make sure that you can see your toes. Breathe. Breathe. Now you can be sitting and doing this too. You can take your hands up a little higher. Breathe. Now take your hands, take them behind you. Come into what we call skier. Breathe. take them all the way up and come all the way up. Oops, cut my head off. And then bring your hands all the way back down again and pause for a moment. I didn't know that was going to happen, so I'll have to adjust that. Now, I'm going to quit for a minute because this recording only goes through 30 minutes, so I'm going to stop it, and then we'll do the standing portion, and I might add this a little bit, adjust it. So I'm going to walk over, and it'll go off. So I'm going to turn it off now. Maybe. Hi, this is Julie again. Okay, we were working on our chair pose. Like I said, I only have a 30-minute session where I can tape, so I have to put these together. So there's a little bump here. So let's do our chair pose again. And like I said, you could use a pillow, you could use a block, or if you had a book that's not going to slide, you could use that too. So press into your feet. Get ready to go. If you're standing, take your hands forward, bring them up, crouch down. Good. Now, make sure you see your toes. Breathe. You can take them up a little higher. You can take your hands into prayer and take this left elbow over to the right knee. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Press into your feet. Navel comes back to your spine. Breathe. And come back to center. You can rise up, sit back down again, go to the other side. Breathe. Now come all the way back up, and now come up to standing. And as you come to standing, I'm going to stand back, move my chair so you can see me. And this isn't working. Oh, shit. Hi, this is Julie. I'm back. I'm going to turn around, sit in my chair. We're going to go into chair pose now. And chair pose is a great pose for strengthening your legs, breathing into your diaphragm, and it's a very powerful pose. So as I said, you could use a block between your legs, if you have one, or a pillow, anything that you have, and make sure it's above your knees or below your belly. And you want to push, like you roll your thighs back, like you're pushing it down toward earth. This keeps your thighs honest. You're sitting on the edge of your chair. Your feet are grounded into earth. You want to root it to earth. Now the first part of this, you can do it all sitting in a chair. See, your knees are not the best, or something else. You can just press into your feet. Root down into your feet. Extend your arms up, out. Take your shoulder blades back. Your shoulders back. You can bring your hands up, and you can gaze up to sky. This might be all you need. Now, if you want a little bit more, you can press into your feet, come up, stand tall, or stay on your chair. You can take it up higher. Now, take your tailbone back, down. Draw your navel back to your spine. Elongate your back. Breathe into this pose. Shoulders are away from your ears. Breathe. Breathe. And now take your hands, turn your palms back to the back wall, and come into our skier pose. And you can come down a little further. You can do this sitting in a chair too. This is all works. So now when you're ready, bring those hands all the way back up again. Take your hands into prayer. Bring them down. Let's do it again. So when you're ready, come all the way back up. You pick your favorite arm position. Out in front, up to the sky, whatever is comfortable you. Press into your block. Just breathe. Now, take your hands down. And as you take your hands down, come all the way back into your skier. You can do this sitting down. Make sure you have a nice long spine. And then come all the way back up, and I'm going to adjust my block. And you can too if you feel if it has slid. So when you're ready, take your hands back into prayer. Now we're going to do chair pose twist. So as you come down, knees are back. You can see your toes. Take this left elbow and gaze over to the right. Take your shoulders back. Breathe into your pose. Nice, easy pose. This could be on your chair as well. You always press into your feet. And then come back up again and go to the other side. And just pause. Breathe. Now, straighten your legs. If you're standing, if you're sitting, just fold forward in a forward fold. Nice flat back. You can grab your opposite elbows. Watch it if you have dizziness or glaucoma or blood pressure. Don't take your head below your heart. And then take your hands out to the side. Rise all the way up. Take your block. Set it aside. Now, we're going to do a version of our sun salutation, another warm-up. So again, you can be on your chair. You can sit on your chair. Excuse me. You take your hands to prayer. You can inhale up and then fold forward. Come all the way down. Take your hands above your knees. Come up into what we call monkey. Then fold forward again. Take your hands out to the side and come all the way back to your hands to heart. Now remember, you don't have to take your arms all the way up. You can come out in cactus or goddess arms. And you can do that just like this. Inhale out. Arms are like this. You can lean forward. Take your hands above your knees. Come all the way up. Fold all the way down again. Hands come out. You can have them extended or into goddess. Come all the way up and bring your hands to prayer. And pause for a moment. Pardon me again. Now, let's do it. Do a full one. So as you come up, come to cactus or all the way up. Fold forward with your swan dive. Come up halfway into monkey. Now fold partially down. Take this right knee, take it back so your knee's tracking toward the earth. Take your hands out front or take them up into our lunge pose. Breathe. Now bring that foot back. As you bring it back, pop up on your toes. Now this is our equivalent to a chaturanga in yoga. So first we do plank, press into earth, press into your toes. Now, when you're ready, take your hands all the way back. As you take them back, you're chaturanga or lowering to the floor. Take your hands in front of your knees. Grow your spine. Come all the way forward. Look straight ahead for our cobra. And then sit up tall. Take this right foot out, this left foot out. Take your hands out and come into our down dog. You look like an inverted V. When you're ready, hands come all the way back. You come back to our monkey. Hands on or above her knees. Nice flat back. You fold forward. Arms are option. Either out in cactus or all the way up. And come back to prayer. Take a nice deep breath. Pardon me. Inhale up. Fold forward. Second side. Come up halfway. Come down. This time, this right knee stays in front. This left knee goes back. And you take your hands up to wherever you're comfortable with. And then take that foot forward. Pop up on your toes. Take your hands out in front. Lots of energy in those hands. Bring them back to your shoulders. Slide your hands in front of your knees. Come forward now for our cobra. Look straight ahead. Don't scrunch your neck. When you come back, extend your feet out for your down dog. As you come back, push your hands out for down dog. Breathe. Take your hands underneath your thighs. Bring your legs back. Sit tall. Fold forward again. Arms come all the way out and come back to prayer. And just pause for a moment. And now let's go to standing. So when you're ready, push into your feet. And then I'm going to turn my chair around so you can see me from the side. As I turn my chair around, I'm going to grab my blocks just in case you want to do a standing pose, but say you don't want to, you don't want to take your fingertips to the floor. You can take them to blocks. Their blocks have different levels, or you can just take it to your chair if you don't want to go down any further. So be mindful of that. So we take our hands to prayer. We inhale up. We're going to do a half one. We fold all the way down. Touch something, chair, blocks, or toward the floor. Come up halfway. Nice, elongated back. As you fold forward, arms come out to the side. Again, you can have cactus arms as you come up. Take your hands to prayer. That's a half sun. So let's do a full one. This is a standing full sun salutation. Inhale up. Fold all the way down. Touch something. Drop your head toward the floor or your chair. Come up halfway into monkey. Fold forward. Now take this left foot front, that right foot back. As you come back, you're in your plank pose, in your lunge pose. Now you can take your hand to sky if you're comfortable and your balance is okay, or just leave your hands there. Hold on to your chair. Make sure it's not sliding. Take that left foot back, come into your plank. Now, grow your spine, look straight ahead, press all the way back into your down dog. Step that left foot forward, that right foot forward, come up halfway, fold down, arms come out to the side, come all the way up, and come to prayer. And just pause for a second because we'll do the second side standing. So when you're ready, inhale up, fold all the way down, touch something, come up halfway, come down. Now we're on the right side. This right foot comes forward, this left foot comes back. Our knee is over our ankle. Our knee is tracking toward our second toes. Now, your back heel is lifted. When you're ready, swing that right leg back, come into your plank. And notice I have a straight line from my head to my heels. Drop your belly, look straight ahead for your cobra. As you push back into down dog. Step that left foot forward, that right foot forward, come up halfway to our monkey, fold all the way down, take your hands all the way up and come to prayer, and just pause for a moment. Take a nice deep breath. No rush, no hurry. Just let that sink in. Terrific way to start a day. But be sure to warm up first. Now let's move on. So if you're standing, you can take your hands to your chair. You can extend that left foot to the back. You can bring it up. As you bring it up, toes face to the floor. Keep a slight bend in that right knee. Pause for a moment. Now you can release your hand, that left hand to your chair, maybe coming into a little balanced pose, or keep your hand on your chair. Just pause for a moment. Breathe. Breathe. Now, take your knee to your forehead and bring it back out again. Little tummy crunch. In and out. In and out. And one more. Now bring that foot down. Pause for a moment. Let's go to the right side. So same thing. And if you don't want your balance, you can keep a toe on the floor. Nice long extended spine. You can bring that leg up and have energy in that leg. Press that foot back to the back wall. Breathe into this stretch. Breathe. Now again, you can take that hand out to the side. This challenges your balance. Maybe you can rest on the back of your chair. Biceps by your ear. Now, if you have both hands extended, you can bring that elbow to your knee. You can bring it back out again, or you can keep both hands on the chair and move back and forth. And use your breath. Move with your breath. You breathe first, and then you come back out. And this will be the last one. Now take your feet down, pause for a moment, take a nice deep breath, and now moving forward, let's take our feet a little wide to the edges of our chair or mat, and then just take your knee not to over your toes and just move back and forth. Just a little swivel back and forth. Just breathe. And then pigeon toe your feet back in. And as you pigeon toe your feet back in, pardon me again, just pause for a moment. And now take your hands, drop your arms to the floor, and rise all the way back up again. Always tighten your navel back to your spine. Your back is not a crane. Now as you come forward, pause for a moment, shake your hands out, take your hands down, take this left foot forward, take this right foot back, come into our pyramid pose. All your toes are facing the same direction. Your hips are level. You could stay here, or you can take your forearms to your chair. Breathe. Always use your chair for support. You can take your hands to the seat of your chair. You can bring that left foot back, right foot forward. Bend that left knee. Take your forearm to your chair and take your hand to your hip. Release your shoulders away from your ears for a little twist to the right side. Breathe. Now you can take your hand across your back if it feels good and maybe touch the top of your left thigh. You can take that arm to sky too if it's comfortable. And always honor your body challenges. This isn't going to work for me, so I'm going to stay here. Hand on my hip. Now come up. Always bend your knee when you're twisting to that opposite side. This time that right arm comes to your chair, your hand comes to your hip. You're looking over to the left. On this side, you might want to extend that arm up. You pick your favorite arm position. Just breathe. Shoulders move away from your ears. Come all the way back up. Extend that right foot to the front. Come back with your left foot. Square your hips. Toes are facing in the same direction. And you're coming into your pyramid pose. Now, take your feet back, come all the way back, stretch back into a down dog. Maybe walk your dog. That means just picking your heels up. Maybe taking your heels to the left, take them to the right. Walk your dog, just exercise your ankles. And then come all the way back up again. And as you come up, I'm going to turn my chair around, but you're going to stand to the side of the right side of your chair. So as you stand to the right side of your chair, walk over to that side. Now, we're going to do a little balance work. So with our balance, we're going to take this left leg, right leg, take it, and we can take our heel to our ankle. Square your shoulders. You can be hanging onto your chair. Your hand can come to your heart. Take a nice deep breath and just think of having your head like there's an imaginary string and you're drawing your whole body up. Don't lock that standing knee. Now, if you want a little bit more, you can put the sole of your foot on your calf. You can take your hand into sky. You can bring it all the way up. If it's in your practice and you can bring your foot to your groin, you're welcome to do that too. I'll stay on my shin. Now, if you're okay with it, you can take and grow a branch, and maybe you feel balanced enough that you can bring both hands up. Take your shoulders away from your ears. Don't cock that left hip back into your chair. Make sure you have a nice straight line. Breathe. Breathe. And now take your hands into prayer. Come all the way back down. And then let's do a little skier, which is bending right knee, left knee, moving your bodies forward, and then come to the other side. As you come to the other side, I'm going to move the blocks out of the way. So we're going to do the same thing. Now, if you want to just start out with the heel on your ankle, which is a sapling, that's fine. You can still, now maybe you, on this side, you have some challenges with your body. So maybe you'll just stay in sapling. Maybe you'll go back to what you did on the other side. Maybe this side is easier to take your foot to your groin. You can even hang on to it if you want to. Now just stand tall. Breathe. You can hang on. You can release a hand. I'm going to take mine all the way back down. And one side is always, could be, very different from the other. Just keep that in mind. Breathe. And maybe you're okay with both hands. Test the waters. This is all balance. And yoga is so good for balance. And now when you're ready, come all the way down. Step behind your chair. As you step behind your chair, extend that left foot forward. Take that right foot back. You can turn your foot to where the side of that right foot is parallel to the back wall. Or you can do your toes at a 45-degree angle. Knee on that front leg is over your ankle. You're in our Warrior One legs. So you can stay here. You don't have to do anything else. Gaze is straight ahead. Shoulders are released. Your shoulders are up back over your hips. You can take your arm to sky, that left arm to sky. You can take that right arm to sky. Again, balance, root down into your feet. Press down. Feel your whole body sinking into your feet. Your shoulders are released away from your spine. Breathe. Now take your hands, take them out to the side. Take your hands to your chair. Move that front foot over to where the heel on your front foot intersects your back arch. Your body will be a little bit at an angle. Now this one you can hang on to your chair with that left hand. You can extend that right hand back level with your shoulders. Or if you have shoulder issues, you don't have to. You can walk your right foot back a little bit, challenge your balance. You can also bring that left hand out if that works for you. These are just simple Warrior One and Warrior Two poses. Pick up your toes and your heel and root down into the floor. Breathe. Now when you're ready, drop your arms down. Take your hand to your chair. Press into your chair. Rotate that back foot up. Come into your down dog. Maybe pause there in dog. Dog's a resting pose. And this is just a little easy practice. Walk forward. Now take that right foot forward. Come back into that same situation. Your foot, that left foot is turned. The side of your foot is turned to the back wall. Or you can have your toes at a 45-degree angle. This is best if you had knee replacements because it doesn't torque your knee out. Take your knees out to the outer. You want to open your legs out to the side. You can raise your arms again, 1 or 2. Square your shoulders, gaze straight ahead. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Shoulders are over your hip. Breathe. Breathe. And now when you're ready, you can stay there as long as you like. You can bring your hands down. Let's take our heel, intersect our back arch. come into our warrior. Our bodies are out to the side. Again, you can drape that right arm on the back of your chair. Take that left arm equal with your shoulders. Drop your shoulders away and make sure your shoulders and your hips are in alignment. Gaze straight ahead, or you can extend that arm. Breathe. Now drop your arms down. Take your hands to your chair. Rotate that heel up again. Walk back into your down dog. Now walk forward. Bring your chair back. I'm going to bring one all the way back so you can sit on your chair. As you come forward on your chair, sit down. Pause for a moment. Take a nice deep breath. And now let's get ready to go into one more pose before we end this. So we're going to do our pigeon pose. So pigeon pose, if you had a book, block, or something, you could use that. You could cross-stitch your ankles. Again, hip or knee replacements. This might be the best place for you. You can take, if you had something to set the side of your foot on, you could put that there. My block is right here next to my right leg. So you can grow your spine. You can take this left hand, you can press down. Or you can have, remember, you can take that ankle above your knee. You can press down too. This is really a big hip opener. You can rotate your foot one way or the other. Give it a little love. Point and flex, whatever feels good to you. Nice long spine. Breathe. Now press down. You can do that if you have your ankles crossed or your foot is on your block or your book. Now you can take your hands on the outside of your shin, grow your spine, use that left elbow to press down a little bit more. Breathe. And now come all the way back up again. Kick that leg out and let's switch to the other side. And maybe you don't have any pendulums on the other side. So you can go straight into ankle above your knee or stay with an ankle above your ankles together or your foot on a block. Become comfortable. Take that right hand, press down, lean forward. This might be all you need. You breathe into that stretch. You have a nice long spine. Shoulders are away from your ears. Take your hands on the outside of your leg. Maybe grow your spine. You can use that left elbow this time to open up. Right elbow, you open up. Breathe. Now come up with an inhale. As you come up with an inhale, release your legs. Do a little circle both sides. Now we're going to get ready to do the hardest pose, at least for me. We're going to do Shavasana. So you can come all the way back in your chair. You can take your feet. If you're all the way back in your chair and your feet don't touch the floor, you can put your book or your block underneath it. I'll move forward. Now in Shavasana, you turn your hands up. You turn your toes out slightly. You take a nice deep breath. And you relax, release, and let go any thoughts. You breathe normally. No special breath. Just breathe normally. Let your mind relax. Let your eyes roll back in their sockets. Let your jaw become loose and relaxed. Shoulders cascade away from your ears. And just pause here for a moment. No rush and no hurry. Just come to this space. And just breathe. And close your eyes. Your body is melting into your chair, melting into earth, releasing any tension. And you can do this as long as you want. You don't have to quit now, but I'm going to run out of recording time. This is all new to me, so I'm trying to get this to work. So bear with me, be patient. Take a nice deep breath, and then when you're ready, take your hands out to the side, take your palms together, take your fingertips to your forehead, kind thoughts to your lips, loving words to your heart. And the divine light in me recognizes the divine light in you. We are one. Namaste. And thanks for joining me. Bye now. I'm going to turn it off. So here I come.